Hi friends, in this class we see synchronous and system question asked in TRB 2017 triple E section, right? The first question is y of n is equal to log of x of n. We have to check whether it is causal or non causal, time invariant and variant, right? So y of n is equal to log of x of n. Right here, output depends upon only input. That is, present output depends on present input. It is not depending on future input. So it is causal system. Whereas non-causal system one is one whose present output depends on future input. So it is a causal system. So causal system means this option is gone, this option is gone, and we have to check whether it is time invariant or variant. Okay, we will see whether it is time invariant or variant. So y of n is equal to log of x of n. Right? First we shift output. So y of n comma k. Right? That means the input will be shifted as x of n minus k. That is one option. Then we shift the input. So log of x of n minus k. So every n is replaced by n minus k. So y of n minus k, this is 2. So equation 1 is equal to equation 2. That means shifting the output gives the value which is same as shifting the input. So equation 1 and 2 are same. So it is a time invariant system. So the option is time causal and time invariant. Option B is a right answer. Next one. Okay. The Z transform and the region of convergence of x of n is equal to 1 by 3 power n u of n minus 1. U of minus n minus 1, right? So we know that for minus a n u of minus n minus 1, Z transform is given by Z 1 minus 1 by Z inverse, right? Sorry, a Z inverse, where with ROC mod Z must be less than mod E, right? Here they have given 1 by 3, right? So 1 by 3 whole power n u of minus n minus 1. Here minus is missing, so that minus we bring this side. So that will give minus 1 by 1 minus a is 1 by 3, 1 by 3 z inverse. What should be the ROC? Mod z must be less than 1 by 3. So what should be my option? It is option B. ROC is less than 1 by 3, 1 by minus 1 divided by 1 minus 1 by 3 z inverse, right? So option B is the right answer. Next one. Fourier transform of the signal x of n is equal to u of n minus k, right? So for u of n, Fourier transform is 1 by 1 minus e power minus j omega. For u of n minus k, it is time shifting. Time shifting means it will be multiplied by e power minus j omega k divided by 1 by 1 minus j omega, right? So what is that? E power minus j omega by k divided by 1 minus, see, this one is more or less closer, but this is also not answer, right? Simply the answer should be e power minus j omega k divided by 1 minus e power minus j omega. That should be the answer. Next one. If x of n is real and odd, the Fourier series is imaginary and odd, right? It's a property of Fourier series. Option C is the right answer, right? Okay. Next question. The Z transform of causal sequence 103 minus 1 2. What they have given? X of n is equal to 103 minus 1 comma 2. 103. Okay. So it starts from here. We know that x of z is equal to x of n, summation n goes to minus infinity to plus infinity, x of n, z of minus n. Here n starts from 0 and goes up to 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So my n goes from start from 0 to 4, x of n, z of minus n. That is equal to x of 0, z of 0, x of 1, z of minus 1, x of 2, z of minus 2, x of 3, z of minus 3 plus x of 4, z of minus 4. Right? So what is my x of 0? 1. X of 1, 0. Write it 1, 0, 3 minus 1, 2. So I substitute x of 0 is 1, z power 0. Z power 0 is 1. X of 1 is 0. So total is 1. X of 2 is 3. Right? So x of 2, this is x of 2. X of 2 is 3. 3 into z power minus 2. So 3 into z power minus 2. X of 4 is minus 3. X of 3 is minus 1. So minus 1 into z power minus 3. Right? X of 4 is 2. So x of 4 is 2. So 2 into z power minus 4. So the answer is 1 plus 3 z power minus 2 minus z3, 2 z power minus 4. 1 plus 3 minus z power minus 3. So 1 z power minus 3, right? Z power minus 1, 1, 3, okay. 1 z power 3 z power minus 2 minus 1 z power 3, 2 z power minus 4. So option A is the right answer, right? Okay. So you see 1 plus 3 minus z3, 2 z power minus 4. So option A is the right answer. Next one, the Fourier transform of the discrete time aperiodic sequence. See, you must remember this table, right? So simple table I draw. Okay, here you see continuous discrete signal, periodic aperiodic signal. If your signal is discrete, the spectrum is periodic. Please remember. So for discrete signal, it is periodic spectrum, right? If your signal is continuous, the spectrum is aperiodic. So it is aperiodic, right? I told it is discrete means it is periodic. So periodic means discrete, discrete, discrete. Aperiodic, continuous, continuous, right? What's our question? It is continuous, discrete and aperiodic. For discrete and aperiodic system, right? So what is my question? It should be discrete and aperiodic, right? Discrete and aperiodic means minus continuous and periodic spectrum. So the answer is option B, continuous and periodic spectrum. Clear? Because they ask discrete aperiodic, right? So it is continuous periodic spectrum. Next one, the values of del of n plus summation n goes to 0 to 1, 0 to infinity del of n plus 1 e power minus 2n. We know that this del of n plus 1 has values at only n is equal to minus 1. When n is equal to minus 1, this factor will become 1. So what is the thing? Here n is equal to minus 1, we substitute. So e power minus 2 minus 1, it is e power plus 2. So the answer should be, for first one is e power plus 2. Only one this is there. So option should be correct. Anyway, we check the second one also. What is the thing they are asking? U of n minus u of n minus 1. u of n starts from 0 to infinity, whereas u of n minus 1 starts from 1 and ends at infinity. If you subtract everything, it will be like cancelled. What is the only thing? Only one sample, that is unit sample, del of n. So the answer is right. Option D is the right answer. Next one. Consider the following frequency response for a causal and stable LTI system. H of j omega is equal to 1 minus j omega divided by 1 plus j omega. If modulus of h of j omega is equal to b, means what is value of b? Simple one. Modulus of h of j omega is modulus of 1 minus j omega divided by modulus of 1 plus j omega. Whatever it be, right? If they are the numerator and denominator are conjugate of each other, so magnitude is always 1. So that is equal to b. So b is equal to 1, right? If you are having any doubt, we know that what is the magnitude of 1 minus j omega? This is 1 plus omega square. What is the magnitude of 1 plus j omega? That is also 1 plus omega square. So the answer is numerator by denominator 1, right? Okay, next one. What is the result of u of n minus u of minus 1? That's all. Before two problems we saw this. The answer is del of n, right? Simple one. Next one. The Fourier series of a periodic signal x of t with period will not converge. What is the time? So it's not a band limited signal. It is not converge, right? Okay. So it will not converge if it is not a band limited signal. Yes, this is correct one, this is correct one, this is correct one. So what is the thing? This is a wrong one, right? So it will not converge if x of t is not a series of band limited periodic signal. For converging, it should have finite maxima and minima, it should be continuous, right? So those things we know Dirichlet conditions, those three conditions must be satisfied. So option A is a wrong answer. If x of t is not finite, it should be finite, right? If it is not finite, it will not converge. So option A is a right answer. Next one. The Laplace transform of x of t of a real valued absolutely integrable signal x of t is known to have a pole at s is equal to t. S is equal to 2. Which of the following statement is true about x of t? They have told that the Laplace transform of the signal is real value and absolutely integrable. Right? So the signal is real value and absolutely integrable. You see, and having a pole at s is equal to 2. So s is equal to 2 means this one. You see, what is the first one? The signal of finite duration. If the signal is finite duration, what happens? The ROC is filling total S-plane. ROC includes all the S-plane. So it will be ROC. But we know in ROC we cannot have a pole. So this pole cannot lie here. So the option must be a wrong answer. Right? If the signal is having finite duration, the ROC covers entire S-plane. But ROC should not include pole. But as per our problem, we have pole at S is equal to 2. So the option A is the wrong answer. Next, we see the question. From the question, it is absolutely integrable. Absolutely integrable signal has, what is the thing? If the signal is absolutely integrable, it should include j omega axis. Where is our pole? My pole at 2. That means my ROC should lie this side, because the signal is absolutely integrable, so it includes j omega axis. My pole is there, so it should be lying like this. Clear? That means it should be a left side signal. There is no right. So right. So it should be a left-handed signal. Clear? Okay. What about infinite duration? That is also not possible. So my option is option D, right? So option D is the right answer. It should be a left side signal. Clear? That's all about this session. If you are having any doubt, please ask me in comment section. I will clarify all your doubts. Thank you.